This is Jacob's mother, and
Jacob's dad.
we're his audience.
This is my persuasive speech. Do you know what possibility? Do you know what the possibilities of what life could be like in 20 plus years? It could be super advanced with all kind of crazy technological inventions made to make life easier, or the complete opposite with mass devastation, mass casualties, and very much worse. The main problem is the clock is ticking towards what climate change will cause, and every action we don't prevent today or within these next few years is only going to make that clock accelerate faster. On the topic of preventing climate change, starts with the first reasons stating that the devastating effects of climate change. In the article, NASA states sea levels will rise 1 to 8 feet by 2100. This may not seem like it would be harmful or devastating, but it would cause mass casualties and then complete cities would be submerged. The second reason comes from the article, or the second reason that comes from the article states plainly that the Arctic Ocean is going to be essentially ice free in the summer before mid century. That is almost insane to try to comprehend due to that would be enough water rise to cover an entire continent. Another article states the severity of climate change comes from National Geographic, and the first thing the article elaborates is a report published today by NASA confirmed that 2010 and 2019 was the hottest decade since record keeping began 140 years ago. The analysis also revealed that 2014 was the second hottest year, or 2019 was the second hottest year ever recorded, and that ocean temperatures were the highest they've ever been. I remember from the weather and climate class I just took last quarter, the ocean plays a vital part in Earth's heating up process and cooling up process with a condensation of precipitation, and also stores a major amount of solar radiation that comes from the sun and being a major driving force in the weather systems. Due to all parts in the ocean, due to all the parts in the ocean that has the role in climate change and moderating heat distribution to Earth, it's crucial that we put measures in place to help prevent the warming of the ocean. The article also talks about mass disasters from events that have happened in the past 10 years. That is almost undeniable evidence that climate change is real and something we should consider and be wary of. Those events include all the mass hurricanes and the deadly forest fires on most continents, doing especially extensive damage to Australia. Mass casualties and extensive damages have already been caused due to climate change. How much more will we have to endure before all of humanity wants to help curb climate change? The good thing the article states, the same article also states, is that a lot more people are noticing climate change and becoming advocates for change and prevention. Although this is one step with young people noticing, we still need everybody to have the same concern the young advocates have. In another article pertaining to climate change, Time states that in the past 10 years, or in the next 10 years, vast swaths of the planet will be increasingly uninhabitable, and we don't know how habitable the regions of Australia, North Africa, and western United States will be by the year 2100. This should be a wake-up call to everybody reading this article. If that were to legitimately happen, mass overcrowding would occur in places in the world where it's habitable and most definitely cause mass poverty and starvation. And that would only lead to worse things such as wars over valuable materials considering the dwindling amount of them. Everybody reading this article has seen somewhere about an animal or insect becoming extinct. But consider what if that insect or animal had a key role in the ecosystem they were in, and then poof, they're extinct. Say that insect was a bee. Insects play a vital role in pollination for stuff. Seeing the perils we could possibly face, there are ways to prevent climate change. In an article on ways of preventing climate change, NASA once again states that you can help, such as planting trees and vegetables, being conservative of energy and water use, biking and recycling, and if you started today, the benefits would be crucially beneficial. The last article is a article on the inventions that have been put to use on the front lines of climate change. Global Citizen describes the inventions in detail, and the first one I thought was pretty cool. It states a team of researchers in Japan inadvertently developed an enzyme that could break down plastic in a couple of days as opposed to the usual time which plastic takes to break down, which is over 100 years. Another thing the thing states is a UK-based company, Biocarbon, is using drones to spray seeds, and they claim they can plant 1 billion trees a year. With mass deforestation becoming a serious problem, this could be tremendously effective on the path towards ending climate change. The last genius invention the article states is bearing a radical reduction of green global gas emissions. Researchers at Harvard are proposing to send sun-blocking particles in the air to help cool the planet. With all the climate change in its hands of the listeners to decide what their stance is and if they'll do what is beneficial towards Earth, we all want to live our lives to the fullest and not have that thought in the back of our minds that climate change can be a really tremendous problem in the near future. Even though there have been measures put in place to help the devastating effects of climate change, it will take more than a few genius inventions to help prevent the looming future of climate change. All in all, the steps we take that will save us. The steps we take today that will save us, starting with you.